fun, having fun. We are having fun, having fun. We are having fun. Yesterday I went outside to play.
Hey. Welcome everyone to another episode of Like Father, Like Son. Hope all is doing well. This is your host, Mr. MC. Nope, Mr. Unknown. But of course, I am Christopher McAllister. You all know me as that human. Mr. Unknown is the name that I created when me and my son created this show, Like Father, Like Son, some months ago. And it's kind of stuck, right? Because, in the world of a talk show, a podcast, who the hell knows me? But, it's cool. It's fun. And so I like to do it. And here we are. We got another day, another opportunity to talk, have a discussion, release, allow, debrief with all the different thoughts and feelings that we have. So I'm here live on Facebook. I'm live on Instagram, live on YouTube. They all CL McAllister. Instagram is Mr. _McAllister 11. On YouTube, you can find me at CL McAllister. Facebook, CL McAllister. So I thank you for hanging out with me. Now today, my discussion is about Bay Area sports and just sports in general. You know how they speak of like loyalty, right? When they say that sports and the team that you have and the city that you live in, you should be loyal to that team. You should be loyal to that area. How dare you root for another team? How dare you like another city, another state? People like have arguments, fights, debates, all types of, uncomfortable discussions about why someone likes something or someone or some area. So it's no different than anything else in life. Someone says they like one thing, someone wants to go the opposite of it for whatever reason. Now, you catch me at a Super Bowl party or something like that, I'm going for anybody. I kind of always have. Here's kind of the background on me and my feelings about Bay Area sports. Now, we know that in the Bay, we got the San Francisco 49ers. We have the San Francisco Giants. We have the Golden State Warriors. And we have the Oakland A's. So 2 baseball teams, 1 basketball, 1 football. Now, you can hear a person say in a second how they hate the A's, right? And we're going Bay Area, going Bay Area sports and my feelings about them. And if you got any feelings about them, please feel free to speak on your feelings of Bay Area sports. Because I know some people are diehards. And I'm just not a diehard. And last night I spoke on it briefly on how I just have a feeling. I don't hate the Bay Area sports, but I have a harsh feeling toward. Now the story goes back. So hang with me for a little while. This is kind of a deep story. It may be too much at the end of the day, but this is what it is. When I was younger, I never went to no damn 49ers game. I never went to a Warriors game. I only went to baseball games, and I went to Giants games, and I went to A's games. Okay, so that was my experience of Bay Area sports, right? Okay, so I was a big baseball guy. Before I ever loved football, before I ever loved track, before I ever loved wrestling, right? I loved baseball. I wanted to play baseball. That was it. No one signed me up for baseball. I get to middle school. I go to practice on the first day of school. But at the same time, it was football. I was Pop Warner. I had already played a year before, and I fell in love with football. You know, football is that drug, right? Football is that bad drug. You know, the other sports, they're like, you know, they're cool. But that football is like that real hard drug. Because once you catch that football, you get it. Anyway, so I'm doing my sports. I fall in love with my sports. Shouts out to Hard Work Plays, Aunt, Moms, Porsche, right? And so we're talking about, you know, the Bay Area love for sports and why mine isn't as strong as the average human that is from the Bay Area. Now, as I grow up, I'm now in love with football. And of course, you know, between, you know, basketball, now there's Jordan, you know, those type of things. So he's really good. The Warriors kind of was horrible at the time, right? You had TMC, you had Mullen, you had Mitch Richmond, you had Tim Hardaway, right? Gatling, you know, Joe Smith, all these guys, right? And so I was a Warriors fan. Die hard? No. Why was I not a diehard? Because there was Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was all on the TV. He was the one on ESPN. He was the one that shoes you wanted to get that you couldn't get, that I couldn't get, that was at Copeland's. I don't know if y'all know about Copeland's, downtown San Francisco, up on the wall. You know, it was the shoes that was on the wall. Then it was the shoes that was on the table. I had to get the shoes at the table. Hey, that's what it is, right? The 2 for $50, 2 for $70 or some shit like that. But the Jordan by itself was like 99, 100 and whatever. Okay, so anyway, let me keep going with the story. So so now it's like the 90s, right? And I'm loving sports. You know, you got the Niners, then they get Deion Sanders. I'm loving Deion Sanders. They get Deion Sanders. So now I got this infatuated feeling with the Niners, and let's go Niners, my favorite player. So somehow over the years, I became a favorite player person more so than a team person, right? I always loved my Giants. But then as I got older, right, you start realizing that there was a lot of like dislike for like the Oakland team, that being the A's, that being the Raiders. And I'm born and raised in San Francisco. And I'm like, that's weird. But you don't hate the Warriors, right? So as you get older, you start learning, you get mature, you start figuring things out. Now, as you know, when I was in high school, I had a lot of success in high school, right? Sports-wise, right? Because the story is about sports and why I'm not a diehard sports fan. And I know that my brother-in-law is on there, and I know I'm about to put a burn through your soul. So you make sure you put in all your statements and feelings, because I'm debriefing. I'm debriefing on why I am not a diehard Bay Area fan. So I ain't gonna go T.O. on you, but I'm going T.O. because I'm a T.O. guy. So get your popcorn, okay? So anyway, as I'm growing up, Deion jits on the Niners. So now I'm super Niner. I even bought the jersey. That's probably the only football jersey I ever had, at least that I paid my money for, before it was like the throwback jersey and thing, right? Okay. So then you have, and then so now you're getting older. And like I say, I had a lot of success in sports in high school, right? I was a wrestling champ senior year. My football team won the championship my senior year. They also won it my freshman year. Now this is at McAteer. My track team won it every single year we was there. Shouts out to Ant. And then I was a wrestling champ. Yeah, I said that already. Then the track and field. So winning was what we did at McAteer when it came to sports, unless you play basketball or something like that, right? So anyway, as I got older, and like I say, the hatred was kind of, we don't really like the A's, we don't really like the Raiders, right? And so you get older, and then you start realizing, it's a few more brown people over there in Oakland, right? Okay, whatever. While all this is going on, Iverson jumps into the league. So he kind of surpasses the Warriors while the Warriors aren't playing that good. Then you have then what you got? You got football, like I say, Deion So wherever Deion went, that was my team. So when he was on Atlanta, that was my team. When he was on the Niners, that was my team. When he was on Dallas, that was my team. When he was on the Ravens, that was my team, right? When he was on the Redskins, that was my team. So I became this individual guy. Now, as I got older and started tripping, wait a minute. I grew up in an area in San Francisco specifically where the 49ers were the Super Bowl champions in the 1994 season. And so it dawned on me that we won the championship in 94-95 season. And at McAteer, like I said, we were very successful in sports. Now, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But to my best of knowledge, they know that, meaning all these, you know how like now you got NBA cares and the NFL wants to come to you this and come to that. And I used to think to myself, wait a minute. There was never any professional athlete that ever came to McAteer, or I don't know who won it before that. Wilson the year before that, and not sure who won in my sophomore year, and then McAteer my freshman year. I don't remember them ever having some pro football player come and congratulate, come and give some type of motivation to any of us players who were obviously trying to play at a high level to get to their level, that being of the San Francisco 49ers. Now, as you get older, you start thinking about these type of things because you already know that you talk about, everybody always wants to talk about loyalty. Now, back in the day, you used to, I guess it was, I think it damn near stopped on our year. I don't know if it continued after, but the year that we won it in 94-95 school year, Gary Radnich, who works for Cron, would usually go to interview the teams. We didn't get that interview for whatever reason. He was sick. Family member was in town. Whatever the scenario was, we didn't get that interview. We got interviewed by Sports Focus, right? Shouts out to Sports Focus, I think, who's still running years and years later, damn near 30 years, right? They interviewed us because we were top dogs. We were winning, right? A few track athletes came once. Okay. All right. Hey, okay. See, that's what I'm saying. So some top notch, some what? Some Cal Berkeley, some Cal Poly, some San Francisco States, some who? Some what? Tell me. Right? So anyway, so back to my little story. And so this is where my mind was going as I'm getting older. And I'm like, yeah, I like this team. Or, yeah, A's is cool. And people just like, oh, man, why you not Niners? Why you not Giants? Hey, man, calm down. I don't dislike them. I just like everybody. I like all the teams. I can sit down and watch any game. There's some people that if it's not their team, they don't want to watch it. Then how about this? If the loyalty is so serious and so strong, then are you allowed to root for other teams? Are you allowed to bet on other teams? Can you bet on another team if you're loyal to your team? And would you ever bet against your own team? If you're a gambler, if you're a gambling man, do you ever bet against your own team? If your team is doing real bad, do you ever gamble against your own team? Right? So, like I say, so here's another story. So then as I get older and all these thoughts and feelings is going on in my head, my oldest son, 22, he goes to Claire Lilienthal. And this is what really struck the thought of the feeling and the loyalty and super duper team in San Francisco and all of this. My son went to Claire Lilienthal, and what was the guy name with the beard from the Giants when the Giants was winning? He was the closer. What the heck was his name? Not Nin. What was that guy's name? What was his name? The closer for the Giants. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see. Closer. But anyway, let's see. Closer for Giants in 2010, I believe it was. I think that's when they went on 10, 12, and 14. Yeah, that's his name. Wilson. What's his name? Hold on. Let me get him in here good. Brian Wilson. So Brian Wilson came to Claire Lilienthal. And when he came to Claire Lilienthal, he was doing a photo shoot with the students there at Claire Lilienthal. Giants guy, pitcher, all the kids is getting a chance to feel Brian, what I said his name was? Brian Johnson? Ain't his goddamn name. What's his name? I forgot his name that fast. Brian Wilson. Sorry. Brian Wilson. Right? So Brian Wilson, he feeling himself. He get there. Shouts out to Nathan hanging out with us. He get there, and my son tells me that he runs in. He like literally runs in. The cameras is already set up. He jumps in, takes the pictures, says, all right, kids, bye. See you later. They thinking they finna get an autograph by a all-pro freaking all-star World Series winning relief pitcher, and all they got was a DoorDash. Okay? That's what they got. Okay? They got an in and out. Right? And so, you know, as you start realizing and understanding how, yeah, you may be from an area, but the world don't end if you don't necessarily vibe 100% with the team that you live in. Now, with all that being said, there's nothing about a Giant or a Niner or a Warrior or A's that I don't know. Simply because I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from San Francisco, born and raised. I live in Oakland. I was born at Mount Zion Hospital. I am San Franciscan. Ain't that just like if you got an argument with your mama or your daddy or your brother or your sister? Because shouts out to Top Dog 54. They say, look, you can, I can talk as much trash as I want to my brother, and I can talk trash to him to you, but you can't. If I choose to talk trash about the city that I was born and raised in and got my own feelings, hey, the world doesn't end. It's just words anyway, right? And then, you know, at the end of the day, if say you loyal to a player, you know damn well that player's gone. They ain't worried about you. So I say, have your fun. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. You invite me to your Super Bowl party, and maybe Dust, I know Dust, you may know this. You invite me to your Super Bowl party, I'm liable to go for anybody. It could be the New England Patriots and the New York Giants. I might root for the New York Giants in the first quarter, New England in the second quarter, New England in the third quarter, then the Giants at the last quarter. I just love sports. I don't feel, look here, you got to be loyal in certain parts of your life. But when it comes to sports and all these different athletes and things like that, I've always been the individual who liked individual players. Then if you go even deeper, let's go deeper. Because what, Iverson came in the league, what, 95, 96, somewhere up in there? How did I become an Allen Iverson fan? Allen Iverson was this cool, athletic, kind of urban, hip athlete. But when he comes into the league, what they say? He's a rebel. He's rugged. He don't want to listen. He don't this. He don't that. Then he grow the braids. I'm right in my little, I guess, rebel stage. Is that what you would call it? Because you grew your hair out? Because you wanted to wear sweatsuits and gold chains? You became a rebel? So as you listen and you learn, you start understanding, wait a minute, that's like bullying. We've talked about this many a times, y'all. That's bullying a human and telling them of her, this is what you are. And what did Iverson do? All right, cool. That's what you're saying I am? I'm rolling with it. So I've kind of had this like deep rebel in me that I try not to bust out in rage, considering that I'm not a millionaire. I kind of got to keep it reeled in, right? You only can rebel so much if you ain't no millionaire. Anyway, so that's how I started liking Iverson. Plus, he was ultra raw. Plus, he was kind of like the little guy in the big man sport. I'm a little guy in a big man's world. So I buy it. I buy him, right? The underdog. He was the underdog completely. Never really had no real superstars on his team except for that one time where he had Derek Coleman. It was a dud. And then you had Mutombo that half a year when they went to the championship. And I think right after that, he damn near got traded. So that's that, right? Then who comes along? Then there's LeBron who comes along, right? First, he's your king. First, he's this, he's that. He's so great. Oh, but then, how darest thou that he wants to move to another place? And how darest thou that he wants to get on television and do it and make $5 million for Children and Boys and Girls Club and make it a show? Why can't he do it? Huh? And I'm pretty sure he got a couple of dollars out of it. And it might have just been, what? You want me to get on the live stream and talk to Gray and sit here and say, I think I'm taking my skills to South Beach? And if he didn't make $1, isn't that kind of like a good guy? Or is it just that it was so much hype on him that he was just you love to hate? Huh? Because I've broken it down to the fact that, because, like a human like LeBron, for example, and my point of bringing up LeBron is he was hated on so hard that as I was transitioning on who's my next favorite player, as Iverson was fading away, so to speak, in the game of basketball, right? I always kind of have to, pass one to the next, right? Then it's like, wait a minute. Here we go again. You're hating on him so hard. And the brother kind of like, he kind of looked like me. So wait a minute. Why are you hating on him so hard? So I'm that guy, right? You push it so hard, man, I gotta roll with you. Then you think about all the phenomenal things that he's done. Come on, man. Then let's rewind. We ain't gonna rewind. We're just gonna stay right here on this platform. Now, here we are, and we're in, it's almost like it's kind of a reset fairgrounds, right? Because now the A's are, they went to the playoffs. The Giants are humbled. The Warriors are humbled. The Niners are humbled, right? So now it's kind of like that reset, right? And of course, you already know, if I'm like, yeah, I like to, but see, this would be the best time to say, if I'm going to reset my love for my Bay Area team, this would be the best time. Would you agree? Would you agree that this would be the best time, since they're all in a humbled stage of trying to find themselves and reset the love and the glory that they've had? Wouldn't this be the best time? Because, the Niners, they ain't won since 94, 95, and they made it twice since, but didn't win. And then the Giants, they ain't won since 14, right? And actually stunk up the building last year, and in the last few years actually. And the and then the Warriors, right? They now got their Iverson. Right? They now got their Iverson. Now, again, I was a Curry fan. I am a Curry fan, but I was a true, authentic Curry fan when Curry was in college. Then he goes to the Warriors, and then all these feelings was developing and shots out to the Bay Area teams. I don't hate them. I just am a guy that I enjoy sports. I enjoy all the different aspects of it. I don't really care who's playing. If it's on, I'm going to catch some of that game. And damn near, the more you hate, the more I'm probably going to be attracted to. That's just kind of how I am and who I am, you know. But yeah, I think my little rant, I think I'm done. I think I'm done for the evening. Shouts out to hanging out with y'all, right? We got Instagram over here. We got Facebook there. Check that. We got YouTube here. We got Facebook there. And you know, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully my guy Kojo will be back with me. You know, he like to dip in and out on me. And he's doing a show tomorrow. He'll be back on with Macho MVP. Y'all check them out. I think they're what are they? What are they? I don't know what they are. I mean, just around 3. As a matter of fact, they're on at 3:30. So if you're around or have your kid, if you got a kid anywhere from 7 up, 6 up, have them tune in on my phone, right? Mr. McAllister, Mr. underscore McAllister 11 at 3:30. He'll be going on at 3:30, and you can hear them speak about the Cobra Kai series there on Netflix, and they're going to kind of give their little input and in-depth discussion about that. So, hey, everybody have a great evening. Eat well. I'm about to go make this meal. What y'all having for dinner? What y'all eating? What y'all eating? Talk to me. What you eat? What you eating? You don't know? Y'all having boiled chicken? What y'all having? Huh? Fried shrimp? Baked olives? Whoever had baked Hey, y'all have a great night. In the words of the great Kojo, the character, life's great, no matter what. Peace out, y'all. Have a great night. Let's see how we close this now. I wasn't even ready. Oh, that's cool. That's all right. This room is now locked. It's all good. So, you know, I tried to go live on here today, y'all, but I was off a step. But I'll be ready for y'all tomorrow. Let me see, waiting for others to join. But I know the Warriors is on tonight. Let's see. So we're gonna leave this room. Darn it. All right, we out.